Well, I guess I'm not finished tonight, am I? It's about 20 after 10 p.m. West Coast time. It's still the 19th, January 22. I hate death. I know it's a transition into something else. I have talked about it in many different ways. I have posted messages left and right. I have dealt with grief. I have dealt with depressions. I have dealt with anxiety. I've dealt with everybody else out there dealing with the same damn horsemen I have to deal with on a constant basis. The hardest damn thing is to find the right words to tell people without sounding too silly or too ridiculous at the same time. And the hardest damn thing is to deal with the reality of it on a constant basis. And how am I supposed to be charming or without sounding of any platitudes towards them or patronizing them? It's never easy. There are no right words. There are never the right words at this point over here without sounding like a damn fool and idiot. Without sounding like a real complete creep or a fool or a jerk or anything else. And tell those folks that it's hard to put the words regarding comfort that one would want to feel in the course of this, because it's hard as hell to look at it. It's hard as hell to see your own mortality, or even wanting to jump off that bridge along with your family. I've got professors who are bringing me material that has to test my own damn mettle on how I view life and how I view death, mental and physical, and how I have to view life in different ways and what or how I have been dealing with throughout my life. I kept telling myself I have the better viewpoint because I had been there and done that, and it scared the hell out of me. It's supposed to be bringing peace, and yeah, it did bring peace, and I got my ass kicked 3 times out. Only because my family needed me down here more, and it wasn't my time to go. A letter that my brother wrote to a surgeon who gave the letter to Ma, and the letter was already given to God, and God spared my ass. He did not want me to go. He did not want my family to suffer. He had something in mind. I never bothered to tell me about the damn thing in the first place. I had to find out all by myself, whatever it is. Never given me any instructions on how to deal with the emotional situations, on how to deal with life and death, and not to mention how not to be fearful of anything, including about life, or how to deal with too many people that I care about have died, and I still have to carry on. Am I supposed to be carrying on like an emotional wreck, or am I supposed to be carrying on like a damn stiff board? And throughout my life, it's been a stiff board. I hadn't torn myself apart regarding my emotions until the last several years. After I lost my mother, I was breaking apart inside, and then I lose a friend of mine who was a surrogate mother, and then finally my brother. My brother in 2018, my friend about in 2016 or 2017, somewhere in that area. And Everything in me died. And I had to function as a robot to deal with the situation I had outside that had to deal with more matters than my own shattered world could deal with. I had to deal with bed bugs. I had to deal with securing a room over the head and fight a corporation for it. I had to struggle with my brother's issues that he left me behind. And I had my own issues of living, how to live, how to exist, as well as going to school at the same time, which would have pleased my mother and pleased my brother. Actually, it pleased my brother in his lifetime to hear that. When he sees my grades, I'm like, "You're doing better than you did a long while ago." And I agreed with him because I had better context and perspective. And past 2 years, 2 to 3 years roughly, I have been doing recordings after recordings after recordings, audio messages to myself, just to get myself past a hell of a lot of crap. But then there was a lot of videos I've been doing within the past couple of years, 2 to 3 years, to deal with not just the COVID nightmare we're dealing with, but prior to that, dealing with everything else that was dogpiling on me, including the feelings of just letting everything else go and just going into the afterlife, and that's about it. Are you kidding me? I had to face the guy upstairs. How the hell am I going to be facing God in this one? God sticks me back down here again for a reason. That I'm going to pick up I'm going to do the damn the suicide situation at this point over here after he grants me life 3 times because he wants me living. And he doesn't want me dead yet. But then again, I got to turn that damn thing over to him. And it's like slapping him upside the face. My own creator, my own father, I'm going to be slapping him upside the face because of this damn thing. And as much I said I miss my family a great deal and love them a great deal, I'm scared of God that much. Because I sure as hell don't want to get on his bad side at this point over here. I don't know if he'd understand. I don't know if I would understand that particular decision at the point of losing it. I mean, absolutely losing it, would I have to be making that choice directly, ultimately, finally, never to be heard from again. And then I got to deal with him. And I know he has a lot of compassion, a lot of heart at this point over here. It's just, I don't know if I'd be able to stand dealing with that. And trying to explain what the hell happened. Because I wouldn't have the right words. I wouldn't have the right feelings. I'd be more mortified. I'd be ashamed as hell. I'd be ashamed of what I have done because there may have been other things I could have done. Despite the fact, the pain and the grief of losing people constantly, and not to mention the last 3 people that really meant the damn thing in my life. I know what it's like to being a caregiver. I know what it's like to see family members dying in front of you. And you have to put the blinders on. You have to lie to yourself all the damn time. You want them to get better, but you know deep down inside they're dying. And that's what hurts worse. You know the truth and it's ripping you apart left and right. And you can't say it much because you're not quite sure how the people are going to be reacting to you. You don't think I've been there too many damn times? I'd seen my big brother die, little by little. A stroke had taken out portions of his brain to make him function, to make him talk. And I'd seen the frustration in his eyes. And I'd see that spirit die in him. The guy who I thought I could depend upon for a hell of a lot of strength and courage finally decided to give up. He felt like he couldn't win. There was no chance in hell. A no-win scenario he was in. And the stroke that he had took out a lot of things he felt he couldn't get back in. Sometimes I have to keep thinking why my brother passed away the way he did. To see him die right after a stroke and to see him debilitated and unable to communicate. Except the only time he needed help is when he said it specifically, John, I can't breathe. And to see my brother being wheeled into the damn ER as a slab of meat with things sticking out of him all over the damn place. And all I could do was yell at him to get him, tell him to fight, to get up, to move. But he had been gone. He had been tired and he was going to go home. He had enough. And he left me to clean up all the damn mess. I can be angry with my brother, but I love him more deeply than anything else in my life. And my mother? She had lost a lot of people that broke her heart. Her sister, and then finally a well-loved niece, Tony Ray. She just finally gave up. Despite having two sons of hers looking after her 24/7, she was giving up in the inside. And she wore the mask. She wore that mask to hide it from Dave and me. But my brother knew. He knew she was dying. He wanted me to be prepared for it, to be ready for it, and I wasn't. I had lived all my life with my mother, most of my life with my brother. I didn't know anything else how to live alone. I'm still learning. I'm still discovering. I'm still terrified as hell sometimes. So yeah, when I see somebody who's trembling like crazy and is trying to struggle and saying, I don't know how to live like this and I want to go to the other side. It's up to you if you're going to be facing your family, but you also have to face him at the same time. And I'm hoping he's lenient. But I tell you one thing, I hate losing family and I hate losing friends. And if you are, one or the both, you're just adding more to my own damn depression at this point. Thank you very much. Because your death will have an impact on me. You're choosing how to end your life has a direct bearing on people that you're not even aware of. My decisions, my choices have the same consequences. And if I care about you guys out there, if I'm saying something about it that pisses you off, good. You're looking for the platitudes? I don't have the platitudes. Because I'm saying I know what you guys are going to be walking through. Been there, done that. Talk to me about something else. You hurt and you scream, you're in pain, and you're heaving your guts out. You're squeezing your lungs. You're squeezing out every damn drop out of your tear ducts and screaming for more liquid. Because you're not done. You're just getting the process started. There have been times I dreamed about the emotional roller coaster. And then I get depressed about it all damn day. See, I have to deal with the four mental horsemen all the frickin' time, and it pisses me off. Of course, they say anger's part of it. I said, no, that's fear. Still part of the same damn shit. I'm dealing with the anxiety, I'm dealing with the grief, I'm dealing with the PTSD, I'm dealing with the damn depression. And these fuckers won't leave me alone. Not since day one. And I have to deal with life on life's terms. You're hurting. You're caring for someone who's dying in front of you. And you don't want to deal with the pain. Believe me, I know the feeling. I know it all too damn well. I'd seen too many people walk the same damn path. Caregiving, and then they walk that longer path. How many times we have to keep switching shoes left and right? That path wears us out too much. And yet we have to keep holding up each other. Because we're still living our lives. And we still have to hold each other up. It's the hardest damn thing to do. But that's our job now. It sucks. But we live. We survive. Maybe we'll find happiness one way or another. I don't know. And it's going to be sometimes indescribable. I know. You're not alone. Don't think of yourself as such. Talk to me.